All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Tara Doyle Enneking, the CEO of the Puyallup Sumner Chamber of Commerce. And we have a special guest that's a wonderful chamber member. They're a local business owner, but he also had a great idea. And we wanted to lean into this idea and provide Robert a great platform to do and to provide a service that I think at this time is particularly of interest. We know there are many businesses struggling right now. So much to focus on to keep your business going, bring food home to your family. And I don't know that there's been a whole lot of platforms or arenas for you to really just say that you're not okay. You may be losing your business. You're going to be facing stress unparalleled to anything you've ever encountered in your life. And so Robert Kalin had the great foresight to bring a group of advisors together in different capacities to kind of have a support group. We're calling this program Lean In and Lean On. It's a luncheon focused on the real people behind our local businesses. So I have both Christian Morden with the Puyallup Sumner Chamber of Commerce that is also a life coach and will be on that panel. But our guest is Robert Kalin to tell us more about this program. So Robert, welcome. You want to
Awesome. Yeah.
everyone and talk a little bit about your vision here.
Sure. Yeah. So as Tara said, I'm Robert Kalin. I own Elements downtown Puyallup, and I have a background in leadership. That's what my degree is in. And, you know, as I was thinking about struggling with my own business and, you know, kind of the stresses that I had been experiencing, I had realized, you know, through a conversation with a good friend, Curtis Thiel, that there isn't really a platform to be able to talk about what we're going through besides, you know, our close network of friends, which we're not seeing right now. And so I thought that it would be a great idea to kind of pull a bunch of people together and say, hey, number one, you're not going through this alone. Because that's kind of the big feel that I have is, you know, I'm working through PPP, employment security, doing all these applications, trying to figure out how to make my business run. And at the same time, I'm doing that all by myself. And so, you know, that the weight that you feel on that is real. And so just bringing people together so that we know that we're really not going through this alone, that we have a lot of resources, a lot of people that care, and that's huge. And then the second thing is that everything's temporary. You know, we're going to get through this. We're all in this together. This isn't going to last forever. And I think just holding on to that is something that will help me get through day to day. You know, I've got people that love me who are willing to step up and you know, give me a virtual hug while I'm going through the tough stuff. And at the same time, you know, we're all going to be on the other side of this, you know, kind of supporting each other. And yeah, so yeah. That was kind of the vision behind why I started this call. We have a great group of panelists who are going to be joining and sharing their expertise. Christian, you're one of those people. I'm excited to have you on. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your expertise with us. We're also going to have some other coaches and consultants. So we'll have Sean Manley, Generous Corner, Generous Consulting, and We Are Puyallup. Mike Newman, who is Innovations and Leadership, great coach. Burke Hoda from Polaris Principles. We've got John Kelly from Public Identity, and man, there's just so many people that I could name. I think we've got like 8 or 9 different people who are going to be jumping on this call to offer resources from marketing, coaching and consulting. Let's see, marketing, coaching, consulting,
yeah,
life coaching, I guess, like health and wellness people. What was that?
Oh yeah, just that psychology piece.
Oh, the psychology piece, yeah. And then we also have some financial help, you know, like if you, 2 people from financial, Blair Sexton and Aaron Starr, who are going to be able to help us understand, you know, if you didn't get PPP or employment, the security, what was it? Disaster relief, sorry.
Get the EIDL loans or the...
if you didn't get any of that stuff, what can you do now? You know, because we're all struggling financially, and, you know, I think bringing those struggles to the forefront is kind of what this is all about, so that we can kind of go through it together. Because if we're not vulnerable, if we're not talking about the things we're struggling with, and we're hiding behind our mask, you know, we're really going to kind of go through this alone. And I think that that's huge, just to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I agree. And so Christian, again, recently joined the chamber, but tell everybody a little bit about your experience as a life coach.
Okay, well, I appreciate it, Tara. And I'll just highlight this here. After coming to be a part of the chamber, I was encouraged to find out that that's your profession too originally. So it's great to be, huh?
Marriage and family
Just
therapy, PLU, yeah.
Yeah. So boy, are we blessed in many ways, and now I'm the chamber CEO and president. So, but I'll just speak from the fact that I work beyond my career with the chamber. I'm blessed to be a life coach. I'm not a licensed therapist or counselor, but I found myself in a thing that 10 years ago where I found myself walking through a divorce, and I got through an incredible, I got connected with a guy named Dan Schaubert, Family Life Skills, a location in Puyallup, Thurston County. He's a counselor, and he was my own counselor, and then he became my life coach. And then he, just in working with me, came to know my personality, my traits, what I had to offer, and said, I'd love you to come alongside and be a life coach. And so I've been doing that since I think about 2014, and it's just been phenomenal. It's just so important. Mental health. I think that's one thing that I found along that's been, I mean, there's been a lot of resources and people you've pulled together, Tara, during this time we're all walking through. I kind of have a saying I adopted over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and that is, we're all going through the same storm, but people are on different boats. And I feel like as we're going through this storm together, these uncharted waters, having resources like this, and knowing, like you were saying, Robert, that we're not alone. We're into this together. But a huge, like I just shared before we started this with the two of you, just this morning alone, I saw 4 people basically just weary. Just, this is what I'm going through on social media. And so when knowing that, Robert, this was on your heart and this is being presented, what a timely, what an opportunity, and for such a time as this, to provide this. So that's a bit of my background is, and I enjoy it. I love, and it's all about just people being healthy. I mean, we're doing the Wednesday Wellness, the Wellness Wednesdays, and that's to get us physically active, exercise, release. Boy, there's got to be health up here too. And so I think that's your desire, is to equip people and to provide us with resources and systems and tools to help us through this time. So grateful to be here.
I think you hit it, hit the nail on the head, both of you really. When I was first going through my studies to be a therapist, a marriage and family therapist, I really quickly, before I had all the textbook education underneath my belt, realized just sitting and being present for someone in a room to let them speak was 80% of therapy. And so really just providing this platform for our business community, our community that we love, to just share some of their woes, their, what they're going through. And then again, obviously to just lend that helping hand if we can. But truly a big part of getting through something truly is facing it and talking about it, and kind of putting it out there. Don't let it just be inside where it's manifesting into who knows what unhealthy situations, but to really kind of put it out there to be more digestible, to kind of just maybe find some solutions, and or just, like I said, just a listening ear and a hug of support. So I'm happy to be joining on along with We Are Puyallup with this endeavor that Robert is launching. You want to talk a little bit about what your vision is, and a little bit of so that the event, if I didn't mention, we had shared the screen initially, is May 2nd from 12 to 1:30. So that's a Saturday. We know we all still have important business to do during the week. I believe Robert really wanted this to feel like the me time and the time that just clear your calendars. Don't be worried about what else is going on around you. Just come and be present for this meeting on a Saturday afternoon. And then go ahead and talk a little bit more about the overall vision for it.
Yeah, sure. So, I think you kind of touched on it there about, feeling overwhelmed and, kind of my big vision for this is that people don't just hear that they're cared for, but that you actually feel it. So like when you're in this conversation, you know that you can be vulnerable, you know that you can be in a safe place, and that the people that are in this call care deeply about you. That's why it exists. Because the reality of what we're going through right now is unprecedented. People might be losing businesses who are in our community, in our circle, and there's a lot of really tough stuff that comes along with this, right? We've got the mental health aspect where high stress causes, anxiety and depression and all sorts of things, potentially even suicide. And I don't want to see anybody in our community do that because of, a lack of being able to talk to somebody. And I mean, that would just really hurt me personally. So that's kind of the overall big vision, is that we're going to just get real. We're going to talk about the stuff that we're really going through. In my personal life, I'll share my stories and my struggles, and then we'll hear from panelists where they can kind of offer their expertise, as well as we'll be following up this conversation with a series of emails from where we'll be able to connect with each one of those panelists for free resources. Maybe it's a Zoom call on leading through crisis. I know Mike Newman's going to be doing that. And then we'll also have a weekly meeting afterwards where we can just connect together as a community. That's
Great.
the big vision. That's
perfect.
Yeah.
So a nice weekly evening. I think you're targeting Wednesday evenings for just sort of, again, a support group, just to, again, meet, check in on everyone, share more stories, add people to the group.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Anything else to add, Christian?
No, I just think, again, timely. It's so important. It's so important to get what's here, or what we're being burdened with here. And there's something powerful. One of the mentors in my life once said, when I say the word die, it means a good thing. It means, but he had a saying, he's a powerful leader. He said, what lives in the dark dies in the light. And when we have weary and we're carrying things because of the realities of life, because things are out of our control, let's just be honest. We love to be in control.
Yep.
We love certainty.
Yep.
Great.
And when we're a small business owner, when we're a small business owner, or we're just people in general, and you got these dynamics coming at you, how do I juggle this? So by bringing this into the light and just saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm going through, it's going to be a huge help. It's like that thing, it's called, I read it, lean and lean on. That song, lean on me when you're not strong. Sorry to sing. But it's that simple. We can find, when we realize that we're normal and that there's support out there and there's resources, to know we're not all alone, but we're in this together. So.
Yeah. We are in this together. So the Zoom details are on the screen again. It's Zoom meeting ID 989-5746-4152. We hope you decide to lean in and lean on with us May 2nd. That's coming up. And I hope we have good news right around the corner about some businesses getting to open in the next week or two. The Chamber's certainly excited about putting out a business toolkit that'll help you get opened. So look for that news soon. But Robert, thank you so much. God bless you and your heart for really just launching this. Christian, thanks for being a part of it. And we look forward to seeing all of you on Saturday, May 2nd.
Thanks, Tara.
You're so welcome.
See you guys.
All right, have a good day, everybody. Thank you.